Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good. So, how about we finally attend those compiler errors that we still have left when compiling the debug utils into release, right? Then we have still compile errors. Yeah. So let's see what that is about. So. Okay, level. Yeah, so here the question is, why is this up here? Why is this up here? Com type level. How? Com type 1 to 9. I think what we can do here, you can move this down here and here, like that. Done. Right, this one is a bit more complicated, so let's skip that for now. What about this guy? Friend, get requested destination. Debug logging, assert log. Assert log is part of debug logging, yeah. And this guy is part of aha. So this guy, where's this guy used? Huh? Is this guy not used at all? Huh? Ah. So who is including this guy? No one? Okay, I think the easiest, yeah, is probably just put it here. If that. By the way, our background music sucks. Let's try some other. Good. Yeah, this should be solved now. Let's go to the next. Special power uses delay. Oof. Set crash. So this, hold on, special power uses delay. Special power uses delay. Oof. I think think we have to use this condition. Yeah. Looks a bit unholy, but that's the way it's supposed to be. Same here. How about we add a bit of spacing here? Okay. Oof. I think here we need to put this guy into debug crashing, right? If def debug crashing. Oof, what about this guy here? That one is different. Hold on. I think we need to move this down here and this up here. If def debug crashing. If def, okay, if def, what? Huh. Description. I think here we need to say I think it needs to be different. So maybe we need to say or defines. No. I think I know how we should do it. We should say this or defined debug crashing. Yeah. This should work. Maybe we can simplify this a bit. No, I think we can leave it like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think this will work. Description. Oh. Oof. Okay, then here we need to put the same. I think it's safer if we say or defined debug crashing. Instead of deleting these guys, yeah. Let me go back to the earlier errors that we touched. We should probably do it similarly there. Level. This one was okay. Yeah. This one we have not tackled yet. What about this guy? Right. Okay, it's just used here. What is this guy? This one? How? What the hell is that? Probably is fine. Special. Here we can also say or defined debug. No. No, I think here's fine the way we did it. Okay, I think we did it all right. Let's go to the next ones. Debug log. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. Debug.h, debug log. I think this should be debug logging. Maybe. Debug.h. Debug. Debug crashing. Let's say if defined debug or defined debug logging. Okay. Okay, what's next? Okay. Let's see what errors we have left. There's another one. Huh. Huh. Oh. Huh. Huh. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's a bigger problem here. So essentially, this compression manager debugs logs out nothing. Oof. Let me add the super hackers to the recover debug in this file. Debug printing, debug logging. Okay, how do we deal with this guy? Essentially, right now, I'm curious, how did it compile in debug? How did this compile in debug? Then there would have been the same issue, no? How? That's mysterious. That's strange, yeah. Because if it happens here, then the same issue should happen in debug. But there it didn't error. No, that I don't understand. Debug logging. Oh. Can we compile this? I don't know what to do here. That's a bit of a mystery. Okay. I think the debug log. X. I don't know why this doesn't error on. on debug. Should just the same way. Okay, but I mean the easy workaround here is to just mention the level one. That will work, but it's not. Man, that's really strange. No. Okay, so the main problem is basically that debug log just does nothing, right? So we could say printf. Let's do if def 0 and debug logging. Yeah. Okay. Next. Debug stack trace. Debug stack trace. Okay, here. I think here we need to say if defined well, it would be nice. Okay, how about we take this guy and we move it down here and we say if def debug stack trace and if then here we do the same. If def debug stack trace, and then this guy is being passed somewhere here, and then we take these guys and we put that here at the end. We'll say if def debug stack trace and if and then we say global data. Then we take this guy and we also move it behind this. Yeah. If def debug stack trace and if debug. Oh, Jesus Christ. Debug ignore. Let's put a space here. ignoring asserts. Oof, there's more. Start time MS. Oh. Let's see. I think we have to say if define that or define that. Ah, no. If defined. If defined that or that and defined that. Oh, is that correct though everywhere? Let me see. I think we need to be careful. Aha, no, here it's just debug logging. Okay, hold on. Let me revert those guys. We need to go one by one. Okay, so this is the first one. That one is okay. Okay, let's check this guy. Start time MS. This guy is... Oof. So this guy needs to be in if intense debug or the other intense debug. So if defined intense debug or defined debug logging. Next, debug logging. Jesus Christ. Debug logging. Okay, this one is correct. Next, debug logging. This one is Okay, how about we ignore intense logging for now? Just makes it more complicated. Okay, if define that or that, and define that. Oof, it's quite a bit complicated, isn't it? Debug logging. Maybe we should make it easier. Ah, this is really frustrating. Because it's so overcomplicated here with all these different conditions. But it's kind of weird that here we need to have this thing. Can we not comment this out? No. Yeah. What is this doing? How about we move this here? And then we move, and then, yeah, just like that. How about we move this also out here? Mm-hmm. Then we can remove this again. If diff. Okay. Try to keep it simple. That's simple. That one looks okay. Let's look at this one once more. This one should not error. What about this one? Let's move this out as well. Okay, let's try that. Oof. Oh. Right. Maybe it should be like this. Yeah. I don't like this here, but I don't have a better idea. Yeah. Okay, we still have errors here. Why? Initialize but not reference. Initialize but not reference. Oh. Right, so we have to move this out here. There we go. Okay, that's it. No, there's more. Oh boy. Info. Oof. What is this? How? Description. Oh, I see. Debug crashing. Debug crashing. Another one. There's more. defined debug or defined debug logging. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, finally succeeds. Okay, let me go once more to compression manager. Compression manager. It's an elegant solution for this guy. I'm not sure. The problem is that the debug log is just nothing. Maybe what we could do is we could just lift this guy in here. I don't like it. We can put it in here, and we can also preserve this. We can also preserve this guy, and then maybe we do it like this line, like this. And then we can remove all this. You can do that, yeah. Maybe put this. Yeah, I guess this will work. Okay. Now, if we go back to global data, I think there are a few more weird things here. So debug ignore asserts. Let's take a look at this guy. If def to unit timings. Okay. Ignore asserts. Ignoring asserts. Okay, so when is this guy used? Ignoring asserts. Debug crash. Ignoring asserts. Ignoring asserts. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Debug crash. Debug crashing. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do crash box. Do crash box. Debug logging. Uh-huh. So debug crash box. Session. Mm. It's strange that the crash box is not guarded by debug crashing. Is this ever used? Yeah. Doesn't it mean that if ignoring asserts is in a code path that is not bound to internal or debug, then this shouldn't be a thing for debug and internal, right? Huh. That is unfortunate, yeah. Shit. Crash in full screen. Oof. Okay, so hold on. Debug do crash box. Okay. So do crash box in itself is not is accessible in release, but it is not used in release. Okay. I see. Okay. Debug crashing. Yeah. Okay. So to me, that looks like we should. To me, it looks like we should put this guy into debug crashing. Yeah. What is that? Wag funny characters. The fuck? Jesus Christ. Okay, so and if let's see if that compiles. Yeah, okay, it does. Then I think next step, this ignoring assert thingy. We should put that also into debug crashing, right? I mean, this one here. Because now it's exclusively used inside. Why does it say debug logging here? Ah, because there's an output, log output, okay. There's a crash box. So what we do is we go to this guy, we go to this guy, we take this guy, and we take this out here, and we put them here into debug crashing, and if. There we go. And then we search for all occurrences. Then we say here if def debug crashing, then do that. And here we say if def debug crashing and if. And here we say if def that, then that. And here we say ini load game data debug ini. What is inside this debug? Any game data debug, any game data debug. Debug. It doesn't say anything about crashing, right? Ignoring asserts. No, it does not. No. Good, then I think what we do here is we move this out. If defined, if def debug crashing, there we go. And if world builder debug. Start new game. It should work. Let's see. It's a big change. Big change. Forward declarations of untimed enums are not portable. Missing declarations. Well, there are compile errors. Yeah. Oof, it's a lot of files. How many files? Oh, 343. Jesus Christ. Ah, he did it on generals and on 0 hour. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, let's look over it. Okay, so this compiles now. That's fantastic. Now let's do the following. Let's put them all to off and release. Yeah, configure. Generate. Why is he including this slip base type? Ah, because of integer. Right. Good. So we have generated, right? Yeah. Good. While we review, we can also compile to see if things work now. Unsigned int. But this is different. Yeah, but it's just an error code, right? So it's probably fine. Okay. So let's compile this guy. Oh boy, that's a lot. Boy, this website is so slow. That's okay. X for options. This one looks suspicious here. X for options. Where's this used? Huh, it's not used at all. Oh, that's weird. I was suspicious about changing this one, but it appears to be unused. Is this meant to be here? Okay, that has succeeded. Now let's go to our options and set this to... Let's set only one on at a time. Yeah. Only one. Oh boy. The fact that it's so laggy makes this unbearable to do. Oh. It doesn't load the page. Oh. Oh boy. Is that maybe like a hotkey to set this viewed? Like instead of hovering this and clicking this, isn't there like a hotkey? That would be great. Maybe we just test something viewed. Let's just press all buttons. Oh, it typed here in the chat box. And it's lagging. Good, so this one has succeeded, fantastic. Let's continue a little bit with our review. Huh? What happened to our review? There we go. Is this meant to be here? Oh man, these reviews are hard. It's so much monkey work. But the most annoying part is the lag. The lag in the browser is just unbearable. Very, very bad. I'm really surprised that Chromium is this bad. These elements are super slow. Super slow. My gosh. It could also be that just the GitHub page is bad. Poorly programmed, yeah. I think they should have some clever way to, like, to me it looks like, since like there are a lot of items in this list, it has a lot of overhead when you click on these buttons or you scroll or you interact with things. So it's not smartly implemented. Like it does something to the items that are above or below the view, and it doesn't properly cull these items logically, right? So there's a lot of overhead, computational overhead, on things that are not actually on screen. And that seems to bog it down. So it's really poorly optimized, this website. Yeah, that's my impression here. It's probably some JavaScript or whatever they use there to write this logic, and yeah, they don't have it properly optimized for large pages. Okay, let's try now some other combination. So we turn this off again. And we turn this one on. Configure. Okay. All right, let's try that. What? Oh, I cannot type. It's not loading. It's not loading the typing. Yeah. Is this includes even necessary any longer? Man. The lag. Is this meant to be here? Is this meant to be here? Okay, looks like we are through all generals files. That's good. Okay, let's do a few more here. Let's speed run this one. How about we do it from the bottom? Maybe that's faster. Is this meant to be here? Is this meant to be here? Is this meant to be here? Right. Yeah, doing it from the bottom, I think, is a bit better. Yeah, because then the view doesn't jump as much. I always need to click twice here. The first click is not registered. Okay, but that goes more smoothly now. That's great. Hello. Click. Hello. Man. I really need to be patient here with this website. Hello. I want to click this button. Hey. My gosh. Is this include still necessary? Hello. Click. Boah. I'm really trying to click viewed here, but maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should just scroll through and never click viewed. My hope was that the performance would get better the more I click on this, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It's just laggy all the way. It's really bad. And then some clicks don't register. Man. There should be a hotkey for this. Maybe I need to wait until the tooltip pops up and then click. That seems to work. Yeah, so don't click it too early. Yeah. The button wants to make sure that I properly viewed the file. All right. Maybe the designers, the implementers of this web page never expected that someone would review a file this fast, right? Maybe they think, okay, it should take at least 2 seconds for someone to review a file change, right? Maybe they did not anticipate that someone could take, like, I don't know, 2 nanoseconds to review, right? Tops. It would not compute with them. But we want to work faster than what this website can do. Definitely. Man, how much is left there? And why is this keeping unchecking here? Stop it. Stop. Man, it just keeps uncollapsing my old ones here. Man, it's so frustrating to use this. I have the impression it first needs to load that we are actually hovering over this button and that we want to press this button and not another one. Somehow something is wrong with the implementation of these buttons, I would say. Like, it seems like when we are too eager and we press a button too early, then it will uncheck another button as if they share the same kind of ID or something. Like, something is wonky with the way they implemented this bullshit. Yeah, something is wrong there. Like, so for example, I click here now and now I fast click here. What happens? Nothing. I click again, and now it works. Now I click fast here, and now, see, it opened this one here at the bottom when I clicked fast on this guy. It somehow does not register that I leave this guy and click on another one. Like, there is some delay that takes too long to like update something. There's some serious performance issue on this website. It's outrageous. It's once again, programmers are unable to properly implement their shit. It's outrageous. And these people that built this website, they're highly paid. They earn like $200,000 US a year or more, right? Microsoft employees. They're probably millionaires, and they can't write functioning code that works, that runs fast and efficient. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, what do we have here? Is this meant to be here? Good. These are forward declarations. Okay, that's odd. Okay. Oh, this is extra hard to review because it's so laggy. Is this meant to be here? unsigned int. What's the other flags? Button type. Let me search for these guys. Okay. There can't be much left here. Okay, how about we continue our test here? So this one has succeeded, right? Let me see. Yeah, okay. Then let's do another test. We set this one to off and this one to on. Configure. Generates. Reload. Done. 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 And we're through. Look at that. Well, almost. There are a few more here. Okay. There's one more here. Okay, we viewed all files. Oh, we need to refresh. Uh-oh. Is this meant to be here? Is this meant to be here? I don't understand where these random headers come from, because they shouldn't be necessary. I do not understand why these headers are necessary when adding enum forward declarations. When adding enum types, no headers need to be necessary. No new includes should be necessary. I will ask this on every single thing. To me, it makes no sense that these things are added here. They weren't necessary before. Oh, he added this 1,000 times. In multiple game spy files. Yeah, I find this really, really odd. Okay. Okay, I see he just keeps adding more includes. This change adds a lot of new includes. Why is this necessary? Can't we just make one change just with enum types? So he does actually say missing includes, but why does it have to be the same change? Why not just make one change, just fix the enums? Let me make another comment. Can you make a single? Can you remove all? Can you make a change with just enums? With just enum types. Like, I think this change already does too much stuff. Like, let's just get rid of the enums because these affect the most files. And I reviewed this now, and now more stuff is dumped in there. Man. I now, my expectation now is that he opens a new change and I need to look over all files again. Oh my God. Why is he doing this? Let's just merge the enum types, please. It's like 400 files. It's so hard to review because it's so laggy. Okay, did this compile? I don't see. Oh, we didn't compile yet. Okay. Okay, but now I understand why there are forward declarations and includes in there, because he added this afterwards. Like when I initially looked at this thing, it just says fixes of forward declarations. So my assumption was it just fixes the enums. But then he edited this and it also says and includes. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think it would be good to just have a change with just the enums, because then when we get this review, like the biggest chunk is done and dusted, right? Like try to get like the big chunks out, because the problem is if you make a pull request that touches like in his previous change he had 32 commits in his pull request, right? And so it touched a lot of different things, and like a lot of things happening in parallel right now, and like it will be incredibly hard to agree on all the things swiftly, because if there's just one commit in there that requires more scrutiny and more action, then all other commits need to wait for this one commit that needs more time, right? And so it's better, like when there's a lot of happening in the repository, it's better to just make small changes that just concentrate on one aspect, and just do that, so that you review 5 minutes and it's done and you just merge. But if you keep adding more stuff in there as the review progresses, then it gets harder to get it actually finalized, because more stuff keeps getting added and it triggers more discussions and more reviews, re-reviews, right? So it never ends. So that's why I advocate for like make small changes, concentrate on one thing, make it simple, right? Make it very simple. Good. So this one is compiled. That's fantastic. Good. Then let's try the last one here. Stack trace. Configure. By the way, before we merge all this garbage there, we need to merge this guy here, this one, and this one. We need to put that here. And then, yeah, the rest should be fine. Okay, we touched a lot of stuff here. Oh, I see there's an error here. Oh, not error, but a little formatting. Oopsie. There we go. Okay, that also works. Then how about we go back to default. Oops. Everything default. Configure. And then we also enable internal. Oh, hold on. I need to click on configure. Then let's compile this guy. Okay. When I first reviewed it, it had no includes. Now it does. Is this necessary? Error. Huh. What's the time? 2 hours. Okay. I second this. Let us get the enum fixes in one single pull request. without anything else. There's already, yeah. A lot of things are going into mainline right now, so you want to keep the amount of things that happen. So you want to keep the amount of things that happen inside the pull request small, so it can get reviewed swiftly. Okay, so something is wrong here with the compilation. Let's try that again. Okay. Good, so that seems to have worked. Default internal, okay. Let's let's enable debug now, internal and default, configure. Generate. Debug. Compile. Basically, the problem with this change that he just did here, this change, the problem I have with this right now, why I asked him to just do the enum things. The problem is here he had a, before he added more commits to this, he had a failed, here he had a failed commit. So if we would now merge it with rebase to preserve like the different fixes that are in there, then there's no guarantee that all these commits would compile. Like if I go back now one commit in the history and I try to compile locally, it might fail, right? Because there's some error and only a next commit fixes this, right? And so this is a risk I'm seeing right now here. And that's why I'm asking him, make one pull request where you just fix the enum types, the enum underlying types, And then we merge that, and then a bulk of the work is done. And it will be much easier going forward to get the other things done, because the other things, they touch much less files, right? Just get this one done, make sure it compiles, and then we merge it with Squash, and then we're done with it. Yeah, so don't make it too complicated. This already has too many commits in here. 4 commits, and one of them failed here. Also, there's a typo here. Good. Okay, so this one has succeeded. Fantastic. Then let's test. Let's put everything off. Yeah. Everything off. Configure. Generate. Okay. Okay, I would say we also make a runtime test then. We test that in debug we can run without asserts. And in release we test that we can run with asserts enabled. Yeah, that we get like some pop-up, right? Yeah, okay, so we compile this guy. And then I think we have tested a lot. And it seems like everything is in order. There might be still some runtime bugs now, but I think this will be something to fix in the follow-up. As long as it like loads and runs in principle without like big crash, then I think it's good enough. That's what OmniBlade had suggested too. Oh, we got a fail. I think the CPP 11. I think the CPP 11 macro looks unholy, but if it works, it works. If you can cook up a more graceful solution, then go for it. Okay, so we have an error somewhere. Ah. I see. Right. We forgot moving this one out. Yeah. So do if def debug crashing and if what? I don't know what that is. Oof. That one also needs to be moved. If def debug crashing and if oof, there's more. Oof. Oh. If def debug crashing. That should do. Okay, let's try this. 662 rebase. 662. Oh, very good. Billing. GCC docs actually specify that it is a, I think I okay, that's great. Then let's go to Configuration Manager. Let's check install. Oof, the install takes suspiciously long, which probably implies that it copies again huge files, doesn't it? What is this here? Why is this folder? Strange. English. Yeah, the PDB is 1.1 gigabyte again. Huh. Yeah. That's not good. Okay, let's run this. So we shouldn't get an assert in shell map, right? Oh, if we get this. Oh, boy. Why is this an error anyway? I don't understand. Debug. Like this shouldn't be an error. Exception settings. Runtime check failure. wonder where this comes from. Yeah. High equals low. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, that runs. Fantastic. Good. Then let me change to release. Then we uncheck this. Then we enable these guys. Then we disable these guys. Yeah. Then we do configure. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, so this one is green. Fantastic. Squash. There we go. Backport from 0 hour. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Okay, so now what should happen is we should get assert messages as we run the game in release, right? Let me see. Ah, there we go. Okay, cool. That works. Cool. Okay, so then this change is ready. We need to revert some things though that we have just added to tests. So this one. And this one here. Oh, we still have here some commented stuff. AI pass find. Do we really need to check here? 10548. 10548. I don't think we need this here. If they have debug logging. Yeah, I think we can remove that. Here we need it because of this valid thingy here, right? Valid, pull valid. Here we also don't need it. 7965. 7965. There we go. 7333. Is this your one? Is this one still necessary here? Let me see. I don't think so. should be possible to just say if def that. Okay. I think that looks good, yeah. I think this one we can actually remove. Don't need that. Yeah, I think that looks good. So this one will be fix. Fix. How do we call it? Fix. Fix debug logging, debug crashing, debug stack trace, debug profile, fix various compile errors with and add CMake options for them. Okay. Then we take all these guys, stage, commit. There we go. Good. So we create. We first get latest main branch. So go to main, get the latest. We get no. Create a new branch. Split. Split config cmake. Rename. There we go. Then we cherry pick this one. There we go. Let me double check it. Okay, let's push this. Show options, replace tracking reference, push. There we go. Then we go to pull request, open pull request, cmake. This change simply splits the cmake options for build and memory into separate files. Labels, build, refactor, minor. Okay, so that's change number 1. Then we go to this guy. Good, so this show options, replace tracking. Push. Good, so this guy can't automatically merge. Do we need to rebase it on main? No. That works. Okay. So this one is so ZH to do replicates in generals. This change fixes a multitude of compile errors. With debug options with debug macros. Fixes include compile errors when disabling one or all of the 4 options. Any or all of the 4 options in debug. Compile errors when enabling any or all of the 4 options in release. Yeah. Compile fixes includes the CMake setup now has 4 new options for RTS debug, logging, RTS debug, crashing, RTS debug, stack trace, RTS debug, profile. Default on off. There's now 4 new options for they have 3 states: default, on, off. Default reacts to default behavior linked to debug, and internal on forces it on, off forces it off. Milestone labels, minor debug, 0 hour build. Fix compile errors and add CMake options for CMake. Mm-hmm. 666 merge after 666. Oh, we have compile error. Oops. Did I break something, or was that just a fluke? Uh-oh. failed. Oh, we have a compiler error. Huh. Local variable is initialized but not reference. Huh. No, how did that happen? If def debug logging. Why is this a problem now? Debug logging. Debug log. Huh? I don't understand. What is the problem now? I don't understand. That looks perfectly fine. What is our CMake option? Everything turned on. Release. Yeah. Huh? I don't understand. It's bound to debug logging. And down here, the use is also in debug logging. So, or is this bound to something else? No, it's bound to debug logging. I don't understand. Is it maybe in another? Oh, I see. It's in another block. Can we move it out of there? Maybe we just move it behind. If object. To me, it looks like we can just take this guy. just take this guy out of there, put it in here. Done. Okay, let's try this. Okay, that works. Let's try debug once more with everything turned off. Off. Okay, that I succeeded. Fantastic. Good. Then let me update that code. Okay, let's push that. Good. Did this actually compile? Yeah. There we go. So ID, so objects. It's not even reset anywhere. It's a bummer. Good. I think we have done enough work now. Yeah. I think that's some good changes. I hope it compiles. That would be great. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay. Then next session we will look into this guy and this guy. And there's some work to be done here. There's so much to look into. Yeah. It never ends. It never ends. Good. Yeah. That has been 3 hours, 10 minutes. I hope you enjoyed. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.